Hey there. So first of all, sorry about the video quality. My good camera setup is not available right now. And today I'm going to demo how AI agents on Kubernetes made possible by Kagent can also be reactive with the help of Khook that I've built. Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, here we go. So you can see I have Kagent running in Kagent namespace with one agent, the Kubernetes agent, and there is Khook running right next to it. And if we now go to the Kagent dashboard, we can see that there's actually one agent deployed, and it's a Kubernetes agent with all of those tools available. And we can check that the agent is operational by saying show me all pods in Kagent namespace. Okay, send this to the agent just to make sure. And of course, it gets the resources and shows us all of those pods we just saw in the console. And now we really want our agent to react to stuff that's happening in the cluster. For that reason, I've defined a hook in the default namespace. So if I do get hook, basic pod monitoring, and I look at the hook, I can see that it has the following event configurations. So it's configured to talk to Kagent / Kubernetes agent when there is a pod restart and also when there is an OM kill. Now, when that happens, this is the prompt that it will send, a templated prompt that refers to the resource name and the event time. And it says, annotate the updated resources with Kagent fix date time, and also instructs it to do the autonomous remediation, not to talk back, but just fix stuff. Okay, so now we need to create an event that will trigger this hook. So I will run a pod named Failio. It's based on BusyBox, and it runs a mistaken command, an erroneous command. Instead of ping localhost, I will run pinned localhost. And of course, if I now do kget pod, I will see that my failure first fails with run container error, and then after a while it goes into a crash loop back off. And now if I go back to the Kagent dashboard, I expect to see a new chat here initiated by the hook. So it does send the correct message of pod has restarted in namespace default. There's a timestamp here. Okay, it sends that whole prompt we saw in the hook, and the agent goes into the remediation process right away. It gets the resource YAML, it tries to patch. Of course, it realizes that the pod is not patchable, it can be updated, so it instead deletes the resource, it creates it again, it annotates, and then checks for the results, and in the end, it says, yeah, the pod was recreated without any arguments and is now in completed status with 0 restarts. So instead of having that incorrect command, it creates the pod without any command. Now, that doesn't really fix our issue. So not so good for the agent, because I really would expect, and that happened to me in previous iterations, and this is of course the unpredictable nature of AI agents. On previous iterations, it actually fixed pinned localhost to the correct ping localhost command. This time it fixed it to just run the container without any commands. And of course, it does cause it to restart. it goes into a crash loop backoff again. Now, because the Khook has a deduplication in it, it will ignore this crash loop backoff, the new crash loop backoff, for the next 10 minutes, because basically it assumes the pod is still crashing and it wasn't fixed. Now, if we look at the new pod, we will actually see that it was fixed, but the fix wasn't, of course, a real, an actual fix. But that again is maybe a problem of the prompt that we've defined. Maybe the prompt should have instructed the agent not to attempt such a fix. Or maybe we should have instructed the agent to check the fix and reattempt the fix if it's not really a fix. This hasn't happened yet, but again, the hook made our agent reactive, even if not really effective in this specific instance. But this was my demo, and I'll be happy to hear what you have to say. Thank you.